Hello everyone, welcome back to English class. In today's class, I am going to explain you the poem written by William Wordsworth, written in March. Actually, it is lines written in March. Okay, I have already recited the poem to you, and today let's go through the poem. Okay, what is there in the first stanza and second stanza? What is it explaining? Let's see. The cock is crowing, the stream is flowing, the small birds twitter, the lake doth glitter. So, what is the cock doing? It is crowing. Yes, did you hear? And the stream is flowing. What's the stream? It is flowing. Amidst the cock crowing, the stream is flowing. And the small birds, what are they doing? Small birds twitter, the twittering sound, and the lake doth glitter. Glitter means it is shining. The lake, it is shining because of the sun rays. The sun rays falling on the lake, and the water, it is shining. So what do all these mean? The cock is crowing, the stream is flowing, the small birds twitter, the lake doth glitter. What do all these mean? What do they indicate? They indicate a pleasant morning. Early in the morning, when you woke up by 6 o'clock or 5:36, the cock it crows and the birds they twitter, and if you are nearby a lake or anything stream that flows, so those indicate the pleasantness in the morning. It's very pleasant it would be very pleasant in the morning if like this the atmosphere or the environment is if it is like this. And the green field sleeps in the sun. The green fields, they are sleeping in the sun. It means the sun is on the green fields. The sun rays are falling on the green fields. So it looks like the green fields, they are enjoying, the green fields are enjoying the sun rays, the warmth coming from the sun. And the oldest and youngest are at work with the strongest. So what are the oldest and youngest doing? As winter is over, the winter season is over, the oldest, youngest are at work with the strongest. Strongest means here youth. So everybody, the old, young, youth, everybody, they are eager to do their work in the fields. They are eager to start their work, do their work, because winter season is over and the spring has come, and the environment, everything is very much pleasant. So they are eager to work. The cattle are grazing, their heads never raising. What are the cattle doing? The cows, what are they doing? They are grazing, their heads never rising. Why they are not raising their heads? Without raising their heads, they are eating, because as it is spring season, there is full of grass on the meadows, and happily, without enjoying the scenic beauty, they are happily involved in eating the grass. So they are busily eating the grass, and they are 40 feeding like one. So there are many cows, but how it is looking like 40 feeding like one. As they are not raising their heads, they are continuously eating grass. Slowly they are eating the grass. So it's looking like 40 feeding like one. And this is all about the routine. What happens every day. What everybody, they are busy with their works, the cattle eating, and all this every day routine is given, explained in this first stanza. What about the second stanza? Like an army defeated, the snow hath retreated, and now doth fare ill on the top of the bare hill. So how the snow hath retreated. Hath means here the old English uses hath means has here. Okay, like an army defeated, the snow hath retreated. How defeated army, it goes back. Like that, the snow hath retreated. So defeated means to lose a game or a battle. So how the army, after losing the battle, how it goes back, the snow hath retreated. Retreated means go back or away. So here the melting snow has been compared. The melting of the snow has been compared to an army that is defeated. Okay, so the melting of the snows, here you see, as spring has come, the snow has been melting. So this melting of the snow has been compared like an army defeated, like an army, how it goes back after it was defeated by the opponent. Like that, the melting of the snow has been compared to like an army that is defeated. And now doth fare ill on the top of the bare hill. So on the bare hills now there is no snow anywhere. There is no snow anywhere except on the bare hills. Very little snow, very small quantity of snow. Only on the bare hills it is seen, like fog, but it is very little. Not much is present over there. On the bare hills, very little snow has been seen. Fare ill. Ill means here bad. Badly the snow is not very much. Very little has been seen. And the plowboy is woofing anon. So what is the plowboy doing? So the plowboy is woofing. Woofing means shouting. So these are the bare hills. On the bare hills, the plowboy, what is he doing? He is shouting. Woofing means shouting. Again, anon means again and again he is shouting with joy, as there is no snow, no cold, no winter rains, nothing. The atmosphere, the environment is very much clear. There is warmth everywhere. So the plowboy, he is shouting with joy. He is shouting with joy. There's joy in the mountains. There's joy in the mountains means again everywhere green trees, plants and flowers blooming out of them, and everything is looking very beautiful. So that beauty is compared like there's joy in the mountains. Joy here means the one who views all this, the one who experiences all this. So he feels that joy. Here you see this scenic beauty, flowers everywhere and greenery. And the lake here, the stream is very calm and pleasant. The mountains, so it gives joy to the person who sees. And there's life in the fountains. So there's life in the fountains. Again, the fountains, the streams, lakes, everything, they flow like anything. They flow, free flow will be there. No ice or no snow, nothing is there to hinder the flow of the stream. So everything is flowing smoothly and happily. So there's life in the fountains. There is movement in the fountains, in the streams, waterfalls, everywhere. See the butterflies, everything, how beautiful it is looking. And small clouds are sailing. Blue sky prevailing. So as there is no snow, no clouds, nothing, no rains, nothing, the sky is blue everywhere. Small clouds, they are sailing, only small clouds are passing by clouds are there, and blue sky is everywhere around. And the blue sky prevailing. The rain is over and gone. So why there is blue everywhere in the sky? Because there's no rain, it's over and gone. The tough times during the winter are over, and now it is spring, everywhere beauty, happiness and warmth. So it is indicating the happiness. The hard times are over and now there is happiness everywhere. So the second stanza is all about the beauty in the spring season, the joy during the spring season, the happiness, the colorful, everywhere it looks colorful. It is all about that. So this poem written in March is all about the scenic beauty in spring season. It is a nature-centric poem. Okay, and this poem was written amidst this World War I, and it indicates the transformation of people's lives. That is, after the battle, how the people's lives are going to be in a very positive way, how the people's lives are going to be in the happiest moods. So it is like that, after winter, the spring, it gives the happy mood. Just like that, after the battle, there will be change in the people's lives, that too in a very positive manner. Okay, so after, during this spring season, like this, the beauty of the nature will be during the spring season. I hope you enjoyed the beauty of this poem. Okay, once again go through the poem, and now thank you for now, and meet you in the next class.